welcome back. Today is the first day of foundation February. I do this series on my channel every February where I spend the entire month testing out foundations, giving you guys videos on different BB creams, CC creams, tinted moisturizer, foundations from the drugstore. So I have a whole bunch of products to test out this month for you. I'll try and get at least like 12 to 13 videos out throughout the month of February. We'll see how many I actually get out and edit and post within the month, but I hope you guys enjoy it. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. So today I'm going to be doing a first impressions and wear test on the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator Tinted Skin Veil. This product I'm pretty sure is new. I like to do first impressions and wear tests as often as I can just because I think those are really helpful, especially the wear test parts. But at the end of the month, I'm going to do a wrap up on all of the foundations that I tested this month. I'll spend some time just trying out all the products in different ways so I can give you guys a final wrap up review at the very end of February. This says it's an oil-free perfector that delivers hydrating benefits in a buildable sheer to medium tint for flawless, softly luminous complexion. It's hyaluronic acid and plant-derived squalene help promote healthy looking, supple, and moisturized skin. So the shade I got is light medium, and I do have a normal skin type. It tends to be more normal to dry in the winter and then normal to combination in the summer months. So right now my skin is pretty dry. I have not applied a primer except for the e.l.f. Gel Mist, which is more of just a moisturizer. I don't really like to wear primers underneath foundations when I'm testing them out for the first time, just because I like to see how it lasts on my skin without primer, and also I don't wear primer that often. So I'm going to just squirt some of this onto the back of the sponge. It doesn't have a scent, which is nice. It is kind of a creamier product, like it's not dripping or falling anywhere. I don't know why I'm using a sponge today. Usually for things like tinted moisturizers, I prefer to use my hands or a brush, but we're just gonna go ahead with the sponge today. And like I said, this is the shade light medium. It's actually a pretty good color match, it seems. I am filming this in natural light right now. I'm just in front of my mirror. It is my lunch break. It's almost 1 p.m. So I'm hoping to get at least 8-hour wear test in. So I'll do a check-in around 4 or 5 p.m. and then I will film the final check-in and wrap up my thoughts around 8, maybe 8 or 9. So that is one side of my face complete. It is blending in really nicely. It does have a very sheer coverage, but I actually prefer that. I like products that are pretty minimal in coverage and that just let your natural skin shine through. Pretty lightweight, like I can't really feel it on my skin. I wouldn't say it's like moisturizing, but it definitely feels lightweight on the skin. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do the other side. This is the first video you guys are seeing this month, but it is not the first video I filmed. I have already tested out a few foundations. This one just arrived, so that's why I'm filming it a little bit late, but I decided to make it the first video of the series. So like I said, it doesn't have the best coverage. Obviously it did say sheer. Oh, it says it's a sheer to medium coverage, so I think it should be a little bit buildable if I wanted to build it up, but just off that initial application, it does make my skin look very luminous and healthy and glowy. I really like the luminosity it's giving my skin. It is a very nice sheer tint. It feels good on my skin, and it doesn't really have a scent, and that's my problem with a lot of Wet n Wild's foundations. I actually haven't found a Wet n Wild foundation that I've really liked except for their cushion foundation, but this might be like the first. I really like the way it looks on my skin. I think I'm maybe gonna go, I don't know, I don't want to layer up too much on my face, but I might just like apply a little bit more around the center of my face. I do like the packaging because it is a squishy tube, which makes it really easy to throw in your makeup bag if you are spending the night somewhere or just getting away for the weekend. I love these kind of products, like squishy or squeezy. I think I meant squeezy. Squeezy tubes are my favorite packaging for foundations. Anyway, this looks really, really nice. I'll give you guys a little bit more of a close-up. So like I mentioned, it does look really, really nice on the skin. It doesn't look heavy or cakey or thick on my skin. The color match is pretty good as well. It's maybe a little bit warmer than my neck in tone, but the actual shade is okay. And again, because it's such a sheer coverage that I don't think the shade is as important, like you kind of make it work. I really like the way it feels on my skin. It feels very weightless. It's a little bit tacky, but I don't really mind that. Hopefully that will lock in the moisture on my skin a little bit more and keep my face feeling hydrated. So what I'm going to do is finish up the rest of my makeup. I'll pop back on, give you guys the final look, let you know what else I applied on my face, and then we will carry on with my day again. I am going to try and get a full wear test in for you guys, even though it's 1 p.m. right now, but I'm going to try and keep this foundation on or this tinted moisturizer on for as long as I can. But yeah, I will be back in a couple seconds with my makeup on. I am back. I have the rest of my makeup on. It is now 1:15 in the afternoon. I'm just gonna call the check-in time 1 p.m. because that is when I finished up the base part of my makeup. But quickly to go through the rest of the items on my face, I'm wearing the L'Oreal Age Perfect Creamy Concealer in the shade Creamy Beige. I pretty much used it under my eyes, kind of around my nose, on my chin, and a little bit on the center of my forehead. I am wearing the Rimmel bronzer from their Duo Contour Stick. I am also wearing the blush from Maybelline, the Cheek Heat Gel Cream Blush in the shade Nude Burn. I set everything on my face with my Milani Prep Setting Glow Powder because that's what I typically use. I did set like right underneath my cheek area, just like along my jawline on both sides. I did set that part of my face. I set obviously my under eyes and my T-zone area as well. And then I set everything with the Lasting Fix setting spray from Maybelline because I always use a setting spray to set my makeup, and this is the one that I love and have been using recently. Eyeshadow is so exciting, but I am using the new Revel Pooches Party palette from I Heart Revolution. This is such a pretty palette. I think I'm going to choose it for the month of February as my eyeshadow palette of the month. I really, really love it, and I just had to use it on my eyes for this video because I really wanted to test it out. And then lips are just the NYX Lingerie in the shade Push Up. I just wanted a nude. Everything applied really nicely on top. I went a little bit heavy-handed with the blush, so hopefully that doesn't affect the tinted moisturizer that much. Honestly, everything blended on top really nicely. I have no complaints with the way my makeup is looking like right now. Like even up close, it doesn't look like it's breaking down or it doesn't look super oily. Sometimes tinted moisturizers can look very like creamy and oily on my skin. This one doesn't look super oily at all. It doesn't look like my skin is overly shiny or anything. So far, I really enjoy it. I really like the way my skin is looking right now. I really hope this foundation or this tinted moisturizer lasts throughout the day. I don't think it says anywhere on here how long it's supposed to wear, but I'm hoping that it's going to wear pretty decently because I really like the way it looks. Even with a sponge and the sheer coverage, I still really enjoy the way that it applied and looks on my skin, so I hope that it has a good wear time. I will check in again probably around 4:15. I have to teach tonight and I have to do some homework, so I don't think I'm going to be able to do a later check-in. I might be able to stretch it to 5, but it also depends because I want to do the check-in in natural lighting, so it's going to depend on the weather outside as well and if it's bright enough for me to do a check-in. But either way, I will do a midday check-in and then I will come back at the end of the night and show you guys how the foundation lasted. I'm really excited about this, so yeah, let's just carry on with my day. Hey guys, so it is about 5 o'clock in the afternoon now, so this foundation has been on my face for about, or tinted moisturizer has been on my face for about 4 hours. Fortunately, the sun set, so I'm not really in natural lighting, but this is how the foundation looks. It's actually held up really nicely. I did go for a walk today, and I was wearing my mask for the majority of that, so it held up pretty good under the mask. I also wore a hat, which might have taken up some on my forehead. The usual areas are kind of, you know, wiped away a little bit. I've kind of disappeared a little bit on my face, like my nose, around my nose area, kind of around my mouth. But in general, I still think this looks really good. It doesn't look oily on my face at all. My skin still looks really radiant, but not greasy, which is a good thing. The only thing that I've noticed about this foundation that's a bit weird, or just a feeling I've never really had before, is that my face kind of feels tight, like, you know, the weirdest feeling. Like it feels, I don't know, it's like hard to move it, kind of. Not really, not like actually hard to move it, but it's just slightly uncomfortable. Like it definitely feels tight on my skin right now. I don't know if that's just me and my skin with this tinted moisturizer, but it definitely feels like tight on my skin. It's a really weird feeling. I mean, I don't know if that's a bad thing. Maybe that means it's actually like working and it's keeping your skin super moisturized, but it definitely feels weird, like something I've never felt before. So I've noticed that. Let me know if you guys have had that same feeling when you've worn this one, or if you've tried this one. But honestly, so far it looks really good. I'm really impressed with it. I will see you guys later. Hey guys, so I am back. It is 9:30 in the evening now. So this foundation has been on my face, I think, for about 8.5 hours, and this is what it's looking like. First of all, I just want to say I'm having like an eye something. It started this morning and it just has not stopped, and my right eye is kind of throbbing and it's really bloodshot, and I don't know why. It's looking like I got punched in the face. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to take off my contacts as soon as I'm done finishing this video, but this is what the foundation or tinted moisturizer is looking like right now. I actually really like the way that it looks on my skin. I think this has held up really well, considering that it is a tinted moisturizer, not a foundation, and it's meant to be hydrating. I just was expecting it not, I guess, to last as well as it did. My face definitely looks a little bit shiny. It looks more shiny for sure than it did at the halfway point, but even though it's got a little bit of shine to it, it's not greasy feeling. It doesn't feel sticky or tacky on my face. It actually kind of feels really nice. Weird sensation that it was like tight on my skin hasn't gone away, but other than that, it still feels really nice on my skin. My face does feel surprisingly hydrated, like not overly hydrated, but it doesn't feel dry or crusty or anything, and I do like the way it looks at the 8.5 hour mark. Honestly, would have left it on and done a longer wear test, except for the fact that my eyes are killing me, so I need to like take off all my makeup. I feel like it still has the potential to last longer, so I'm going to try it out again on a different day and see if I can get like a 10-hour wear test in and see if it's going to change much. Again, it's mostly just worn away around my mouth and nose area, which is kind of to be expected. The only thing I will say, apart from the shine, is that it's starting to kind of show or emphasize my pores a little bit, which I had not noticed at the halfway mark or at the beginning when I first tried it. I hadn't noticed pores showing, so now I kind of see that, which isn't great, I guess. Even on my forehead, I feel like I can see some texture and pores poking through. That's kind of a negative, but other than that, I'm really happy with this. It feels very comfortable, honestly. The shine, I kind of like it. It makes my skin look a little bit healthier than it has recently. Pretty overall impressed with this product. Plus, it was super affordable. I am going to be doing a drugstore tinted moisturizer review at the very end of the month, or somewhere near the end of the month. Review and compare different drugstore tinted moisturizers or skin tints. So I have a whole bunch of different tinted moisturizers and skin tints to test out this month. There's been a whole bunch of new releases lately for tinted moisturizers at the drugstore, so I have a whole bunch that I want to test out. That sums up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you found it helpful, and I hope you are excited for the rest of Foundation February. I know it's going to be a lot of foundation videos, and some of you guys don't like that, but we will be back to normal videos starting in March. And luckily, February is a short month, so if you don't like foundation videos, you only got to get through 28 days. Thank you guys as always for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more videos, and I'll see you in my next one.